Hello world and welcome back to Let's Play Harry Potter for the PS1. Last time we came into the Forbidden Corridor and completed some challenges. So, we put a dog to sleep, we beat up a plant, and then we got chased by some keys. So, a bit of a weird time, but nothing too weird for this series. So here we go, we're going to carry on, and this episode we're going to go through some more challenges. But first I'm going to pick up this chocolate frog because, as you can see, I'm a bit low on life. Something I haven't had a chance to say yet is if you die in any of these challenges, you will come back to that challenge with roughly the health I have now, actually. You'll come back with 2 hits gone from your health, and you'll start again from that point. So, going through here, we have...
The next puzzle is a gigantic chessboard. Rom's gone through to play. I hope he's alright.
So heading on in here, we have a giant chessboard, apparently.
I've defeated most of the pieces, Harry, but I don't think I can go on. It's up to you now.
Oh, Ron, are you alright? Harry, you have to be careful and avoid the pieces. They all move 1 square at a time. You'll have to make the pieces fight each other in order to get across safely.
I like how Hermione's just like, Ron, are you alright? He's lying on the floor dying, Hermione. I don't think he's alright, to be honest. Anyway, carrying on, what we have to do here, as you can see, we have this chessboard, and as Hermione said, we have to get the pieces to attack each other. They all move only 1 square at a time, so what I have to do is bait them into each other. So what I want to do is I have to pick either the left or the right square to start on, so I'm going to pick the right. And as you can see, it gives me the option to move to any of the squares adjacent to this one, so you can go up, down, left or right, or any of the diagonals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move forward, and when I do, all the pieces on the board are going to try and move closer to me. And as you can see, when 2 pieces overlap, they will destroy each other. Well, one will destroy the other and then explode. Yeah, I don't know why the second one suicides, but it does. Apparently, it just does that. Anyway, so what we want to do now is move forward again. So it's always going to be the same. The pattern is always the same, regardless of, when you come in, regardless of what, it's always the same pattern. So I've kind of figured out a couple of patterns of movements that you can do that will always work. So obviously, because it's always the same. So what I'm going to do now is move backwards and left. So diagonally backwards, left, and I think if I'm lucky and I remember correctly, that's 1, and that is 2. Boom! Wombo combo! 2 for the price of 1. So that one's very simple once you figured it out, but obviously this is very much trial and error. You have to trial and error every single time to figure it out. So with this one, I'm going to have to refer to my notes because I've forgotten. And while I do that, let me explain that when you fail to do this and accidentally get hit by one of them, like for example one of the pieces jumps onto you or touches you, you'll take 1 hit of damage and you'll get put back to the beginning of that set of chess, so that chessboard. There are 3 chessboards, and if you fail all 3 of them, well, not if you fail all 3 of them, but if you die on any of them, it will send you back to the beginning of all 3. That's what I was trying to say. So what I want to do here is I want to start on the left and then move up so that pawn comes up, and then this bishop, I believe it's bishop, maybe it's a rook, I don't know. I think it's a rook. Yeah, that's a rook. It's got a castle at the bottom. Of course it's a rook. I don't know why I would think it's anything else. Oh well. Right, so what we want to do next is we want to go down right so that these 2 rooks take each other. And there we go. I love the amount of effort that went into this, because clearly they had to put a lot of time into making this look like this, because they had to model all these pieces, all the different animations. It's actually really cool how much work has actually gone into this. Which reminds me of a game I used to play as a child. It was Lego Chess for the PC. And part of this game that I enjoyed the most was not actually playing the game of chess. It was making it so that I could get each piece to take each other, because they would all have unique animations when they took each other. I don't know why I love this, I just loved it so much. So here what we want to do is we want to do up left, and then, well, we want to go to the left, on the left side to start, and then go up left. As you can see, there's some queens in there. Fortunately, none of the queens actually moved their entire, like, allotted space that they're allowed to move. Like, obviously, because a queen can go diagonally and straight in any direction it wants, so you'd basically be instantly screwed if they could be allowed to move in their usual chess pattern. So here we go. Let's see. What we want to do is move up here. This might look crazy because I'm basically surrounded, but trust me, this is the way you do it. So here we go. That one's going to jump forward. I also noticed they've got, like... yeah, they've got 2 black queens on this board. Bit weird, to be honest, but... oh well. There we go. So that's 2, again, for the price of 1. Now what we want to do is get these 2 to attack each other. So what we want to do is do down right to lure them close to each other. And then... down right one more time, and... there we go. So I've done that really quickly. It isn't normally that quick because you have to trial and error figure out all of the patterns, and that one in particular is a pain in the butt to do. It took me forever to figure that out on my own. So yeah, trust me, that looks a lot easier than it actually is when, you know, you have to figure it out yourself. So here we go, heading into the next area, we have a corridor and another room. So if we head in here, we have, let's have a look, we have a save book and some chocolate frogs. So since that one is such a pain in the butt to do because it's so much trial and error that you can be there, and I have been there before, for like half an hour to an hour figuring it out, because you have to try and figure out slowly how to get all the pieces to move exactly where you want them so that they're overlap. And with that last one, there are so many options by the end of it that it's just overwhelming. So here we go. Now that we've accidentally lost Ron along the way, let's head through this next door to our next challenge. So what have we got in here? It is a troll. And he's waking up.
Oh no, it's waking up!
I just said that.
Hang on, it's still groggy. I'm going to find the right spell to open the next door. It better not wake up or we'll be in big trouble.
I like how Hermione just yelled that in its face. It's waking up!
Charm all of these objects out of its way.
Why is she whispering now? I don't know why she's bothering to whisper now. Because, yeah, you've just yelled in its face. Of course it's going to wake up if you do that. So what we want to do here is we want to levitate all of these objects out of the way. So something to note here is that if there's a lot of ways, like with the previous troll, that this can be instant death, basically, and you have to redo the entire troll section again. So basically, if you touch the troll, that's instant death. If the troll touches one of these pieces of like armor, a chair, or whatever, anything on the floor, if it touches anything, it wakes up, it's instant death. If... what else happens? If you drop something too heavily, that's instant death. So yeah, there's a lot of ways that this can instantly kill you. So basically, take your time, but don't be too careful. You don't really need to raise it up too much. I would say keep it as low as possible for the most part, because if you have to let it slowly float down, it takes a while. And as you can see in a moment, okay, it didn't show me, but as you will see in a moment, the troll's not that far behind me, and I've been doing it fairly quickly. So what you want to do now is you want to run all the way to the back and pick up this chocolate frog, and it should automatically turn the camera around so we can see the troll fall in the hole. So it's not too difficult, it's just pay attention and be careful. Oh, also, I figured out, if you fall in this hole, it's instant death. So yeah, there's a lot of instant death in this.
Hamura!
So yeah, there's a lot of instant death in this room.
That was a close one. Let's see what's next.
For some reason, Hermione doesn't sound too excited about this. I'm loving this so far. This is a great time. So let's head on in here, and what do we have?
Looks like you'll have to choose the cup that contains the knight and the shield. Did you see the symbol on the shield? It looks like an ice potion. That must be what we need to get through the fire.
So here we go. It's basically a cup and ball challenge. It's not exactly that difficult. You just got to pay attention to where it goes. I've tested this, and it does go to different places each time if you do it wrong. So if you do it wrong, get the wrong knight. I'll just wait until it's done to explain what happens. And I think it's on the left side. So if you get it wrong, basically what happens is a knight will pop out of the bottom of the bell. If it's the wrong knight, you'll have to fight that knight and then do the whole cup challenge again. So If you guys haven't noticed or read the book, each one of these challenges matches up to one of the professors in one of their lectures. One of their lessons. So obviously the first one, Hagrid, like care of magical creatures, I guess. Then Herbology. Then it's Quidditch, but it's also Charms. Bit weird, but yeah, so that's there. Then what else did we have? We had the chessboard, which is Transfiguration. Then the Troll, Defense Against the Dark Art. And then finally this, which is Potions, because the Knight has a potion. So, something you may have noticed is this was an opportunity to use all of our spells. So far, we have used Wingardium Leviosa and Incendio. We have not used Aberforce or Verdimillious. You don't use them in this final end of the game, so getting those is almost entirely pointless. There is no challenge in here that actually uses them, which is really weird to me for some reason. I just wanted to say that now because we have a moment of pause here where I can actually talk without being in a constant rush to do things. I've also just realised something. I've forgotten which cove it's under. I think it was the left one. I think I remember it was the left one. Yes, it was. So if I got the wrong one, a white knight would have popped out. So this black knight, as you can see, it will charge towards you. It's basically always running. It will swing its axe. And if I flipendo it when it's not time to hit it, which is now, it will flex, and then that means it's ready to hit it. So basically, what we want to do is hit it when it flexes out. If you don't, it'll hit the shield, and you won't be able to damage it, of course. And it always runs around, so they're a little bit harder than the silver ones. So there we go, we defeated that and got an ice potion, as Hermione said. So let's drink this down. Maybe save some for Hermione, Harry? No, Harry Potter doesn't share.
Great, Harry.
He chugs that
But
stuff.
there's only one potion. You'll have to go on alone, I'm afraid. I'm going to find some help for Ron. Please be careful, Harry.
So here we go, we're now all icy. If I walk around, you can hear that it's got that nice little crunchy sound. I say nice, I actually hate that sound. I've got a problem with like ice and snow. If anyone has like that weird issue where, like a sensory issue where when you touch snow and it makes you feel awful, basically where you react, like shivers go down your entire body. That's basically what's happening every time I walk anywhere. I also want to point out that if I turn around, Hermione said she's going to go get help for Ron. She's still standing there. She's not bothering to leave. Also, I'm guessing she's going to have to telekinetic open that door magically. Why doesn't she share this power with me? It would have been so useful to have this power throughout the adventure, but oh well. So what we want to do is climb up these steps, and I'm going to stand in this fire, and as you can see, we're immune to fire. I'm basically Daenerys? I'm a Targaryen. Move over, Harry Potter. Hello, Harry Targaryen. It doesn't really work. Is that the right one? I'm not the biggest fan of Game of Thrones, but I think I got that bit of nerd culture, nerd lore right. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I made a reference to Game of Thrones. I don't know Game of Thrones. But anyway, what I'm going to do is leave it here, because if I walk through this door, there's going to be a bunch of cutscenes, and basically we're going to head straight into the end game, like the end game, the final boss end game. So, I'm going to stand here in this fire and end off the episode. So, until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. I've been HazzD. Next time, I'm going to head through this wall of flames and go to the final boss. Ish? See you then!